Welcome back to the now rare Alliance War for this channel. This is the second war of Season 24 for Loki's taken on Apoco. And this is my first time using Morningstar, and that's why I wanted to record this one. I'm taking the Apocalypse boss at the end with Morningstar. I'm going to try to at least my first time taking an Apocalypse boss, not usually a boss killer, and first time using Morningstar in war. So a lot of firsts here. And because of that, I've also boosted up a little bit more than usual, just as a way to kind of ease me into it. I'm also going to be taking a bunch of fights on this first set of boosts. Unfortunately, I have to boost 3 separate times this war, which, again, my least favorite part about war. But, yeah, I've got a 30% champion boost on. I'm even popping a regen boost here because I know I'm going to be using a bunch of items. I'm going to try to be as cautious as possible. Try to get my evades on point. This way I don't have to use a lot of items. But there is always a fear of kind of iteming out when you know you have a lot of opponents to take that could potentially take a lot of your items. So you can see here I'm mostly just trying to evade the special ones from Nova, really trying to avoid pushing him to a special 2. The L1 is not that bad to evade in comparison to the L2. They're both evadable, but yeah, the L2 I normally just block that one if he ever throws the L2. But yeah, you can see here I'm just really trying to bait out that L1. The whole thing about Morningstar versus Nova that I was a little bit worrisome of going into this is after you pop a special 3, the way to gain your soul is you have a little counter right below Morningstar's health bar, and it starts out at 50, and you have to hit the opponent to get that up to 100. And anytime you take any source of damage, even through block or anything like that, it goes down. And if it goes down to 0, well, you don't get that soul. And because his special is a multi-hit special, the special 1 here, if I were to block that instead of dexing it, you know, that counter could go down. I could miss out on the soul, and then, well, I'm kind of screwed for the war. I need to get this soul. So we go ahead and collect his soul, and then the special 1, you can see that's where the real damage is coming through. By the way, I also did bring Guillotine to this war. That way I started out with 2 souls rather than 1. This really pissed me off, man. Him blocking my special like that. I don't know what the deal was. A little bit of lag or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I hate to blame anything on lag because it didn't feel laggy in the moment, but there was like that little brief like stutter before I got my special 1 off, and of course he was able to block it. So that kind of pissed me off. The fight was going super clean up until that point, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. I got the soul. I still have that regen boost on. That's gonna you know, recover some of that chip damage that I took from blocking his special 2. And this fight, this was the easiest fight of the war. This one was a fight that I was not worried about whatsoever. So that was nice, having a little bit of a breather fight here against Massacre. I'm going to go ahead and get some heavy attacks going just to gain power a little bit faster. And of course, the goal here is once again to collect another soul. I want to have 5 souls going into the Apocalypse boss fight. So I have to build to a special 3 first. It's the most annoying part about Morningstar. It's the reason why people don't use Morningstar. It would actually be kind of cool, thinking about it now, if there was like a synergy where you can collect a soul in a different way. Not in the guillotine way where you just like automatically gain one, but maybe by doing some other action, maybe you could start collecting a soul in some other way. I think that'd be kind of cool. Even if it was just like launch a special 2 and now you could start gaining a soul, something like that. That'd be pretty sweet. But in any case, I mean, Morningstar's a beast, and that's why it does take so long to ramp her up, is because you are ramping up to kind of ridiculous power levels. So I've got Massacre's soul incoming, just trying to bait out another special here, which he gladly throws. Thank you very much. And now we could finish things up by throwing special 1s. And you can see that damage is, I mean, it's not insane or anything like that, but it's pretty solid for sure. So we just need to get back to 1 more special 1 here, and Massacre is down. Cool, man. All right, so next fight coming up, we're going to take a little bit of a breather from the Morningstar gameplay. We have a rank 3 6-star Doom on this mini-boss, and this mini-boss node, it's kind of annoying. I'm going to be using Torch here, of course. I'm going to activate my Flame On ability, and this node, basically, I don't want to gain any buffs at all because he has Power Snack, which means anytime I gain a buff, he's going to gain power. Plus, he's a Mystic champion, so he may have Mystic Dispersion, so kind of that double power gain. And then backup recovery. When he drops below 50%, he gains almost 1 full bar of power. So I have to be really careful to manage his power, not push him above. Like, I want to push him to special 2s, because that's my preferred way to fight Doom, you're going to see here. I want to push him to special 2. This way I don't have to evade the special 1 to trigger any buffs. I can just block the L2. But I got to be really careful to only just barely push him above that 2 bar threshold. Otherwise, there's a risk of him going to special 3. And I don't have an invulnerability boost on or anything like that. So if he gets to a special 3, I mean, that's game over. So just going to barely edge him over special 2. And now I'm just going to kind of block and parry until he throws his special 2. I do take a lot of chip damage. I'm going to recover some of this by launching my special 2 right after this. You can see he already gained that power from dipping below 50%. And now I don't have to be as cautious about managing his power. But yeah, honestly, I didn't want him to throw that second special 2. That was a bit unfortunate where I had to block and take a whole bunch of damage. I mean, technically I could have evaded it, but like I said, I just block. So, all right, have to pop some potions, but I knew that going into the fight anyway. Like I said, that's why I was trying to be cautious with my item use. And then I thought that this was a 6-star rank 3 Longshot on this node. Turns out it's only a rank 2, so that makes things much easier. The additional rank definitely does matter. But this fight, I've got this fight kind of down anyway, so it'd be okay if it was a rank 3 anyway. It's encroaching stun and stupefy, so you don't want to get hit by the encroaching stun. But there's also power reserve, so special attacks for both champs cost 50% less power. So all I need to do is make sure that I can get to a special 1 at a time. I'm going to activate another combat regen, again, just knowing that, hey, I might need to use some items later on, so because this is definitely not the last fight of the war. But yeah, all I want to do is make sure to get to a special 1 before the encroaching stun timer goes off. So I don't mind blocking a few hits. I'm building up my smolders. He doesn't really hit that hard just with his basic combos. Just want to make sure not to get hit by this guy's specials. That's when you know, that's when the unfortunate things happen, is when you get hit by Longshot specials. But I'm gonna go ahead and combo, throw my special 1 to go through the encroaching stun timer. He launches his special 2. I'm just gonna block it. Don't want to give him any power or anything like that. Don't want to gain any buffs against Longshot. Just throw another special 1, and that is going to do it. And yeah, Longshot down. Like I said, this fight, even if he was a rank 3, I also wasn't worried about it. It's probably the second easiest fight for me personally this war. All right, moving on though. We got to gain that 5th soul with Morningstar. And unfortunately, this was kind of the best spot to gain the 5th soul. And yeah, it's not really that great of a matchup. If all I had to do was kill Venom, no problem. I would do this fight easy. But you can see I had to reactivate some minor boosts just to take this one fight, just to clear things up so that other people could move on. So I popped the minor boost, but I also had to pop an invulnerability boost because I have to get to a special 3. And with the natural power gain that Venom has from this node, because he has more buffs than I do, he's just constantly gaining power. And you know, so there's a high likelihood of him getting to a special 3. Not only that, but I want to be able to kind of freely attack into him once I am starting the soul building process. So you're going to see here, he didn't get into a special 3 yet, and I go ahead and pop mine. So I'm going to start building a soul, but instead of kind of dancing around and trying to bait out other specials and things like that, I really just want to be able to attack into this guy. So I'm actually just trying to push him to special 2s. I still do want to bait those out a bit. But he's not going for it, and I'm like, you know what, screw it, man, let's just I don't care. I have the invulnerability boost on. I popped it for a reason. Let's take advantage of it. So I allow him to get to a special 3 right there, and then I'm going to basically just blast this dude with a special 2 right here, which will get rid of his buffs, get rid of that power gain, give me my 5th soul from all those hits, and now the fight is in a much more manageable state. I mean, it's still Venom, so sometimes, you know, Venom, he could be a little bit annoying. It kind of sucks that there's heal block on this node, otherwise I could maybe be getting some healing back, but whatever. Go ahead and launch another special 2, And I think I finished things up here with a special one. Yeah, right before gaining 2 bars of power. Launch the special one, and Venom goes down. Alright, so moving on. The third set of boosts have been activated. I did not pop another 30% boost here. We're a little bit ahead in the war, so I figured, you know what, now is a good time to maybe save a little bit of resources. Thankfully, these are the last 2 fights in the war. I did, however, pop a damage reduction boost for the special 3, and that's for this fight right here. Torch versus Dragon Man. And yeah, someone else actually popped the pre-fight on this guy from their torch, so I got to activate Flame On, plus I have the White Magneto pre-fight here as well. And the whole thing about Dragon Man is he gains tons of power. So I'm going to start baiting out specials really early on. You can see he didn't even have 2 bars of power when I started baiting. But Dragon Man, if he goes passive like this, you're kind of screwed, man. It really sucks when he goes passive like that and doesn't want to throw his special. You're kind of at the mercy of the AI to some extent here. So Dragon Man unfortunately hits me with the special 3. A lot of the damage is reduced, but here's the other problem. He's now unblockable and unstoppable. I'm trying to fight my way out of the corner, and what I've done in the past is just launch that special 1, and it's kind of pushed him back, and I've been okay. This time, yeah, it didn't really work out too great. Now, luckily, he decides to throw his specials, but the way this node works is every 12 seconds it rotates between dealing Incinerate or Poison back on you, and I'm up against the wall. I don't really have time to not worry about the damaging debuff, so I'm poisoned. He still has the poison debuff thing, so I was thinking that maybe I could survive there. If I could outlast that poison, I could survive. It was about to go into the Incinerate mode. I could do some corner backdashes, whatever they're called, the banks, and finish the fight. But unfortunately, the poison killed me off. If I had stronger boosts, I would have survived. If he would have threw his specials, I would have survived. It just sucked. Dragon Man kind of ruined the war. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to the Apocalypse boss. So this is the fight I was most worried about, of course. And B Manny has taken this fight before with Morningstar, and he uploaded the video to his channel, so I had a good video to watch, some good guidance of what to do here. And we did have another White Max pre-fight to pop, so I do have plus 15% attack for this fight as well, which is nice. But B Manny, he was actually running half suicides. But he finished the fight with like 2.5 minutes. So I was like, okay, I don't think I need to put suicides on for this. It should be okay, hopefully. You're gonna see, man. The time, oh man, it kind of. It's a long fight. It's a long fight. The whole goal here is basically to build up his the buffs that he's gaining, the resistance buffs, and then launch a special 2. Now I'm running 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion, so I'm kind of wanting him to get 6 buffs. Like 5 to 6 buffs was kind of my game plan going into it, because that'll be just over 2 bars of power. So you can see right here, I launch my special 2, I get rid of those, I deal some decent damage, and I do gain 2 bars of power back. The kind of sucky part is that his buffs were already gone, so my second special 2 right there, it doesn't really deal much damage. But hey, it was basically some free-ish damage, I guess. It still gives him a lot of power, which means I'm baiting on another special, but it's okay. I go back to launching the special 1s, and we're just going to kind of rinse and repeat this cycle of doing a few special 1s followed by a special 2. And the reason why Morningstar is good for this fight is because you can just safely block this guy's specials because of Morningstar's when she's built up, she has 50% perfect block, along with some lifesteal as well. So you're going to see the lifesteal and the perfect block, kind of going hand in hand here to make me pretty sustainable. Although I just saw the lifesteal text pop up and I actually didn't gain any life, so I don't know what that was all about. Maybe the hit was just too weak to even watch my health bar movement percentage. I don't know. Whatever. Point is, we're kind of just rinsing and repeating this. Like I said, I'm throwing a bunch of special 1s, and now that he's built up his buffs again, I'm going to be going in for the special 2. Now, I am a little bit worried about how far back up against the wall I'm getting, and the time as well. You can see we're more than halfway through the clock, and yeah, he is below 50% health, but still, it is becoming a little bit of a concern. So I'm going to try to push him back over to the right side of the screen a little bit more. I don't always do it, but against heavy attacks, a lot of them going forward, I don't wait for the full heavy animation to play out. I just go in after the first hit, which is something you could always do. I didn't do it there. It's something you could always do, but I don't know. Sometimes in the higher intensity fights here, I let the full animations play, and that goes for like any matchup. But you are going to see me start to do that just to kind of keep my space a little bit more and to maybe just save a second here or there. I also start hitting into his block some just to push him back. I really just don't want to get backed up too far against the wall. And even with the perfect block, you know, I'm still trying to get out of the way of the melee hits. I also did practice going into this fight if my health wasn't looking in that good of shape. It's really safe just to evade the first bullet and then block the second 2 and then evade the rest. So yeah, I had that kind of in my back pocket, but health-wise, I'm looking all right. So I really wasn't worried about the health. I'm mostly just a little bit concerned about the clock, although he's down to 13%, and we've got a minute here. So at this point, I'm not even too worried about that. I'm just trying to, you know, make sure I don't make any mistakes. Don't want to dash back at the wrong time. You know, I don't want to accidentally get hit by the special or something like that, because that'd be pretty devastating. And I maybe could have finished things with a special 2, but I was actually just launching special 1s at this point just to kind of keep my spacing. So yeah, I wasn't too worried about popping a special 2, and this is the final special 1. Apocalypse goes down, get the solo with only 24 seconds left though. Woof, like I said, B-Man, he finished that fight with like 2 whole extra minutes to spare. So the difference being a little bit on the boost, and also he was running half suicides, like I said. So, but it was a good test, and did get the solo. Pretty happy about that. That damn Dragon Man really just kind of ruined the war, though. If he would have just thrown that special before going to special 3, everything would have been fine. But that's Dragon Man for you, man. All right. In any case, though, that's gonna do it for this video. We did go on to win the war. It was a good war, though, so shout out to the Apoco guys, and thank you all very much for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.